Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another NTW 3 battle for you today, and today is the Battle of Ettlingen, fought in 1796 between the Holy Roman Empire and the French Republic. And as you can see here, we already have a little bit of a clash going, a little bit of a cavalry clash, as we have some dragoons here of the Holy Roman Empire. So they routed off some chasseurs cheval here. And yes, this was actually a battle that we did do on the live stream, and I felt like I just do a replay of it because many of you won't have seen it, and also so we can cover as much of the battle as possible, because I was kind of focusing on my side where there is plenty of action as well, but we did not get to see all the other action on the other side of the battlefield. And as you can see, there's some Jaegers here from looks like from Tyrol coming up. But yes, this was in history, was a French victory. So we will be seeing today whether France can recreate history or whether they will be defeated here today by the Holy Roman Empire. Recently, Holy Roman Empire has done pretty well, so I wouldn't put it against them, but they also have got some pretty shocking morale. And a lot of the units usually can't form square, so they're very vulnerable to cavalry, including this entire front line here of infantry. And a very actually, no, this one here can. But a very multinational army, actually. Made up of Germans and Hungarians, French, Slovakians, you name it, they're all here. Italians. So yes, we are back. Unfortunately, the replay did just quickly crash, but that's okay. We are only just into the battle, so very easy for me to get back to where we need to be. And yes, as you can see, the Holy Roman Empire and the French look like they're going to be clashing over this building here. I'm not entirely sure what unit is going into this building, if any, actually. I think they might have just evacuated it just as quickly as they occupied it. With some French line infantry that were thinking about taking it on, but it seems that the Holy Roman Empire might be able to get some infantry in there if they want to. But yes, so this Holy Roman Empire army over here needs to contest for this 1 point, I believe, and they will be challenging another French army over here. There is another Holy Roman Empire army over here that is like helping along with myself, who's playing on the far hill here, and we are defending against defending this like point here along with the other house back here. We have not wanted to occupy it, and then there is a fourth and final Holy Roman Empire army. Jeez, trying to say that quickly is very tough. But another HRE army that is marching up, and that has got to go for this 2 point here, so it's quite a long way to go. And as you can see, the French are already there, so that is, I mean, they're probably going to have to be a little bit more aggressive unless the French decide to move on past and go for the army itself. But yes, if you're enjoying the NTW3 content and would like to see some more historical battles, some more multiplayer battles, some more live streams of NTW3, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and comment, show your support. As always, guys, it's very much appreciated, and it really does help out the channel. And there's a big force of dragoons here flanking on around, and as you can see, there's French cavalry to both their left and to their right. They're kind of getting sandwiched here, and look at all the cav coming in. We have plenty of French dragoons here flying on in. The dragoons of both France and the Holy Roman Empire clash, and it looks as though the French are going to win that one. They did win this little fight over here, did the HRE, but there is still plenty more French cav that can come over and swamp them if it needs to. And here we go, another cavalry charge about to go in, more dragoons about to clash. And there you go, routed, or about to be routed. They are winning slightly apparently, but they're going to get rear charged in a moment. Yeah, that is curtains for all the HRE cav there, and this Holy Roman Empire army now is in a real bit of trouble. I mean, they've got some more like little hussar units here, but not really that much actually. They're going to have to be very, very careful, and they're going to have to shift some of that cav across to even give themselves a bit of a chance. They've got lots of infantry here, though, ready to go. I mean, the HRE can bring a whole lot of infantry, but so can the French in this period. Both can kind of bring a lot of crappy infantry if it chooses to. Got some Croatians here as well. Croatian Grenzers coming up with some like light infantry there. Interesting to see what they can do. I mean, they're just the skirmishers at the moment, just dueling with each other. Just testing out each of his defenses. It looks like the HRE are going to do a big push on this far side here. They've got their hussars here along with their infantry, and they're going to maybe make a push here. Maybe try and take out these guns. I'm not so sure what they're going for. Yes, over on the other side you can see another French army starting to appear. Also, I think this is the cavalry that was just victorious against the HRE cavalry, now starting to move in this direction. Plenty of dragoons here, and you can see the HRE also moving across plenty of cav. They've got lots of uhlans, they've got lots of like hussars, more dragoons. Lots and lots of them moving across, getting ready to block off any sort of attack onto the infantry, because obviously the HRE infantry can't form square. But not all of it can anyway. Some can, but not all of it. Got some Limburg. I'm not going to try that second one, but this is a Dutch unit, I guess. Another nation represented here by the HRE. But yeah, a lot of this infantry cannot form square. That is a big, big problem. Actually, a very small amount of infantry here being brought by the HRE. A lot of cav in this army. And we have 2 artillery pieces here, 2 5-pounders being put up as well. But yeah, over on my side, you can see we have such a strong infantry line. I mean, this is me and another player here playing. We have a 5-pounder here dueling. They have artillery all the way in the back that they're dueling with, by the looks of it. Yeah, nice solid line of HRE infantry. We even got reserves at the moment, set up and ready to go. Just waiting on the French to make an appearance. Yeah, plenty of infantry here stacked up if needed. Yeah, at the moment, not too much going on. Just both sides kind of being a bit tentative. No one wanting to make that first big, bold move. Got some hussars here. These guys look awesome, though. I do love the colours for the HRE. They've got some really nice colours. But yes, if you want to get involved in some of the NTW3 battles and the scenarios and the live streams, or you just want to send in your own replays, then feel free to join the Discord. The link is down below in the description. You're more than welcome to come and stop by and check it out. And if you want to support the channel in any other way as well, feel free to go and check out my merch or my Instagram. Go and follow that. Go and see what extra paper stuff is going on. And all of those links are in the description. See, artillery starting to push forward. Infantry starting to push forward. I saw a lot of artillery shots flying over the top, I presume, shelling this position here of the French. But here we go, the first line battle really getting underway. Let's see how that one goes. Over here as well, looks like there's a cavalry battle going on. Hard to tell. Yeah, there's a cavalry fight going on in this forest down here. And the French actually came out that successful. The HRE getting routed there. And it seems like the French already giving ground. Didn't really fancy taking on this big old line of infantry. They're going to set up over here at the French. Maybe put a few volleys into the HRE. Or not, because that's also viable. The French are getting really close right now here. Oh yeah, the French infantry and cavalry now charging in. Okay, here we go. French dragoons going in against more HRE dragoons. It was a pretty narrow thing last time. Yeah, it was very close. Both sides could have broken there. And again, on this side, the HRE come out on top. And you've got the dragoons over there. They're trying to get out of there. Trying to get away from the French dragoons. Charge. Oh, and look at that. A feint right at the last moment by the HRE. Going into the infantry there. Really nice charge. Routing that unit. Can they get another one? Can they get to the guns? These guys don't seem like they can form square. But there you go. The HRE cavalry helping to rout the French cav and doing really well. I mean, this HRE cav now, I mean, could go onto the guns, could go onto the infantry here, but it might be a little spent. I don't know. They're tired. Getting hit hard there by artillery. My gosh, this cav is getting hit hard, yep. And again, more cavalry breaking out. Thought they might just make it to the guns, but they did not. So HRE coming out of that with losses as well. They were very, very successful here, but they maybe wasted those 2 cavalry units a little bit too aggressive there. You want to hold on to your cav as long as possible. It's very, very handy. But yeah, out here, all we can see at the moment is one big old gun. Looks like a 12-pounder or something set up. I mean, I don't know where their infantry is, but you imagine there's going to be an army appearing here soon. We've seen at least one French army here. And then another one all the way over on that far side where the main action is starting to get underway. We actually have a cavalry charge here just as I come to deal with these Croatian Grenzers. A little Hussar unit here. Hussars versus Hussars. And you imagine the French will be routed here. But no, morale's not looking good for them. And there you go. With the help of those Tyrol Jaegers, it just about broke them. But yes, if I was this army over here, I don't know what this formation is that this Hussar's doing, going one by one. I think he's going to try and sneak on by. And he's going to go after the guns. Here we go. Can they make it? A sneaky one-man formation managed to sneak by. And they got into the guns. Can they break this unit? It's going to be close. Oh, they just about did it. And the artillery was nearly friendly fire. Nearly broke their own cavalry there. But there you go. Hussars now in the back lines. This could cause all sorts of problems. And the guns have been lost as well. Big, big win there for the HRE. And they're going to go in for the other one as well. I think this is being a little bit too aggressive. Maybe should just go in and hit in the forest. They're going to go in and they're going to clash with these dragoons. And they probably will be defeated there. They're tired. But they're concerned about casualties. And they're going to break. There you go. And now we have French cav in the back line. While that's been going on, the French have now been coming in and doing their own cavalry attacks here. There's a Bourbon Legion here. A French cavalry unit. Helping and serving HRE. Don't usually see that, but there you go. Just about the 2 cavalry units here. Carmel Legion Hussars and the Bourbon Legion Hussars also breaking their 2 cavalry units that they were facing, but breaking themselves. What a worthy sacrifice. And now this entire side here for the HRE has no cavalry. Massive, massive problem. They're going to need some cav over in that direction, that's for sure. Seeing a Freikorps Hussar going in that direction by the looks of it as well. We have got some French infantry starting to scale the hill. Here we go. The Frenchies are engaging. Let me know who you think is going to win. Do you think it's going to be the French? Do you think it's going to be the HRE? Do you think the French can recreate history? I don't know. We'll see. Again, the line infantry fight getting a bit more intense over here. Let's see a proper fully fledged battle, I feel. Just a lot of skirmishing at the moment. Yeah, this is an interesting looking unit. Is it like green? Does it look like it's green? Yeah. It's like a pale green unit. Looks kind of cool. Big old unit as well. 250 men in it. Jeez, it's a big unit. But the French really pushing up this hill now. And they've got their artillery as well. Oh, friendly fire. Serious friendly fire there by the French. That is really unlucky. Didn't get their infantry out of the way of the artillery in time, and those infantry just took the full force of that artillery volley. That is brutal. Another one? Go on, turn around and shoot your own infantry again, Frenchies. The HRE artillery on this side's got a really nice angle actually onto the French. I don't know if you can. Well, you can see that. You can see the gun there, and you can see like the angle they're firing. Sort of clipped the unit there, but not like hitting too much. But yeah, nice little angle. I mean, they can hit all this cavalry as well. It's now massing behind the infantry line. It looks like they're going to go for a cavalry charge here soon. We have dragoons moving up. Plenty of them. And there's Uhlans, and it looks like the dragoons as well for the HRE getting ready. And it looks like they might try and come for these guns. Yep, they've not really been defended. They've poorly defended them, but here we go. Uhlans going in now. And if they can defeat these Uhlans, the French, then they can get straight into those artillery pieces. Lancers there have been routed. And you can see that the dragoons now clashing over here as well. But more importantly, those French cavalry can get into the cannons here. And this 5-pounder is going to be lost. Really nicely played there by the French. They couldn't quite get the other one. As you can see, HRE infantry is starting to overwhelm that cannon and protect it with as much manpower as it can. Dragoons here finally were routed. The French did rout one cavalry unit as well, so I mean, still trading cavalry, which is always good to see. And the French again look like they're going to be routed here. This cavalry just a little bit too tired, a little bit just too weak. Yeah, you can see the French now on top of the hills. The artillery looks like it's going to... I thought it was going to limber up and... unlimber, sorry. And get firing, but no, it's actually limbering up and retreating back down the hill. He's going... France is like, you know what? I'm not interested in this hill. I'm going back, straight back down. The line fight here getting a little bit more intense, that is for sure. The men here ready to fight and die for the Republic. We're not yet in the era of Napoleon. They still believe in the revolution. Still believe they're fighting for some just cause, not for a tyrant. I mean, yeah, the French don't seem like they've got too much in the way of light infantry either. They certainly don't seem like they have enough to duel with the HRE, like have enough to duel with them. That's for sure. They actually have a cavalry that charged on the hill there. I don't know if it did just rout an infantry unit, I guess, but managed to get out of there as well. That was very handy. Yeah, the French being very indecisive here. And what is this? We have a little cavalry unit here sneaking around hidden as well. So this is unknown to the French. This unit is just snuck in behind. And it's going to be able to get in behind and maybe go for rear infantry charge. Go for a general who is not really protected at the moment by cavalry. Go for artillery if they needed to or something like that. A little cavalry charge over here now on my artillery. It's really unfortunate. Actually breaking my artillery, but I did get the cavalry. It's a real shame because I felt that the artillery was fairly well protected. I was literally limbering it up to get it out of there, and it's like, nope, denied. So that was unfortunate. But we move on. So I now have no artillery, nothing to duel with the French on my side, which is going to be an issue. But who cares? We'll just get straight up in their faces and do some bayonet charges if we have to. This cavalry's still hidden. And should just be patient. They've got this in behind. They did a really good job. They just need to be protective of it. So I feel like these dragoons will definitely beat them. But that's just me. Again, look at this. We've got the 5-pounders back here being assassinated by French cavalry. French cavalry getting in behind, causing a problem. As you can see here, as well, the general, with Paul Cray here, who is running for his life. Poor Paul, run for your life, sir. You are in very big trouble. And we're actually going to see a rear charge onto this infantry here from the French dragoons. This could be really costly here for the HRE. And in they go. Can these dragoons rout the infantry? I imagine they can. Looking at morale there, did a really good job. Yeah, they got this unit here. Are they going to be able to get another one? The German infantry firing into the French cavalry ranks. Looks like the dragoons are just going to go flying on through. They're not going to wait around and go for another unit. Yeah, a nice little win there, and they're going to be able to push forward now with their infantry. So, I mean, the HRE taking the first blood when it comes to the infantry, I guess. On this flank anyway. The center, the French still been kind of really passive, not really making any moves. I mean, I don't know if they have the infantry numbers maybe to take on both these armies, because this is technically two separate HRE armies they're facing. It's no small feat to take on this amount of men, even if you have some of the finest troops in Europe at the time. Oh, again though, the French retreat. They really just, they face like a wall of fire. They're just like, you know what? No, we're not pushing forward. The HRE. Looking glorious in their all-white uniform. So it's the easiest color to see red, the blood of your own men on it. That'll only invigorate the French. French starting to appear on this side over here now. We have infantry here. There's in fact as well though some cavalry here. I actually did get some cavalry into the forest, put some dragoons here, and I was like, you know what? Gonna just keep them hidden and see if we can do a sneaky little surprise. We'll see. We'll see. The French here now. They're in range, gonna fire. Come on, Frenchies. For the revolution! Oh, it's a very quick volley. But it's only getting a little bit more intense on this side. The French now pushing forward. You can see the HRE as well, dueling with the French. I mean, they want to stay in a line battle. I feel it's probably better than a melee fight. The French are pretty solid in melee. The HRE, I think, will benefit a bit more from a line battle, just as they have a good number of guns. Fight for your emperor. Fight for the empire that's lasted centuries, men. Fight for the people of Germany. That's what they're basically doing. Yeah, it feels like really like the French just have some real big holes in this line. I mean, this infantry here is still light. It's just like, if you break through that, they can't full square. You just smash through that with your cavalry. These troops in the center are kind of a little bit in trouble. Just a little bit in trouble. We in fact have some cavalry over here for the French. Look at these guys. They can... Look at this. Just about to see each other and it's like, oh, I didn't realize you were in the forest. And they're like, oh, I didn't realize you were in the forest either. And they're like, no, we'll fight for this forest. Fight and die. It was a spooky, scary forest. People just found each other at the last moment. Losing slightly is cavalry. Really, I should send in my other cavalry unit here, but instead, I decided to retreat with my Uhlans. Don't know why. Should have just sent these guys in. We could have routed this French cav. The French starting to push forward on this side here as well. Yet to see any real action though. And you can see here that the French and the HRE are very much engaging now. So we have, I thought this is a SAP unit. It might be actually. SAP unit was just like a little line infantry. It's now pushing forward. A general has been killed. Whose general has been killed? Oh, the French have lost a general on this side. They've been assassinated. Big problem here. The HRE got their little Hussar unit we saw sneak around earlier, and it got in and got that general. Really, really nicely played. Well done by the HRE. A very good target to go after. Morale now will be low for these French units here. And you can see there's more HRE cavalry flanking around now. We've got more dragoons coming to the rescue of this army over here. The HRE and the French seems fairly even on this side. I mean, both sides are losing a few infantry units here and there. We actually have the HRE as well pushing off this hill. They're coming down. They want to help flank around. It's not a bad idea. Over here as well, the French starting to arrive. You can see the HRE's response is to open up with a volley of gunfire. Glorious. Gotta love the smell of gunpowder in the morning. I mean, here we go, cavalry charge as well.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Can the cavalry break through this infantry line? It's a big infantry line to break through with a tiny little cavalry unit like this. They did a good job. Hussars try to cut their way through, but their morale is low. Look at that, and they break instantly. Well held by the German line infantry. They did a good job there. I threw my Hungarian grenadiers in this building here, and I was like, these Hungarian grenadiers, they will hold it to the last man. They will do what they need to do. They're up on this. Look at this little parapet they're up. Got a great little view here that they can just shoot from. Don't know if you can, like, we can get their perspective. Might be able to. Yeah, look at that. That's all they can see. The hordes of French out there. They're like, fire! Pick your targets, men! Like, off, like, Lieutenant, put your best sharpshooters out on this parapet. There's French to kill. Yeah, looking like it's going okay over here. I mean, the HRE taking a few casualties, having a swivel now, but the French bringing up more troops here on a little flank. And we now have very much got a cavalry fight going on here. Dragoons getting engaged for the HRE, and we have just got French Dragoons coming in. And the Dragoons here, the HRE as well, helping to rout a few infantry units, and it's looking very good here. The Dragoons here broken. So now no cavalry support here for the French. Can you imagine the HRE can take their time and pick off the infantry units that can't form square, whilst the ones that can will get a face full of musket balls, like this one here. They're forming square, but there's a HRE unit dead ahead. Sadly, this is what happens when you're under retreat from cavalry. They just kind of chase you down and chop at you, and the morale just takes an absolute plummet, it does. And look at that, routing units constantly. Really nicely done there. Over on this flank here, the HRE is still battling away. Units starting to break here and there, though. I feel like the main French push is still to come on this flank here. And we have a line battle starting to rage over on this left flank as well, or left French, right for the HRE. Lots of infantry starting to appear here. Hordes of it. Let's have a volley, boys, for the revolution! There we go. Very, very good. I mean, this army certainly seems like it's a bit of a levy en masse, which is one. Yeah, look at the size of this thing. This army is massive. Yeah, it was a scary, scary sight to see. And I mean, the French got pretty solid infantry. I always kind of doubt the HRE's quality. I feel like, I mean, I've got some solid units though. I bought some of these like Carnival Legion light infantry here. They are pretty solid, and they can form square. More importantly, they can guard my flanks from any scary French stab that might be waiting. I have plenty of my own cavalry here ready to go, ready to flank around. But there's one long line going on here. Spaghetti line of French getting on here, and it's looking like this could be a battle of the lines here. Both sides not doing an inch. Got the Rohan framed light infantry here. Rohan has come to fight in this battle, it seems. They look kind of interesting, kind of cool. They get a lot of casualties. Oh jeez, poor guy there just getting shot in the neck. You need to fire, boys. You need to fire is what you need to do. Over on this side, the French not looking healthy right now. And this French army is very much defeated. And this is a massive surprise. I mean, this HRE army here took a lot of cavalry losses early game. And it wasn't, I think it was just for the cavalry support from the other HRE army over here, which is now being assaulted up this hill by the French. Look at this push by the French. Yeah, if it wasn't for this HRE's army and it's Cav, I feel like it could have been a very, very different battle over on that far side. The French, like I said, pushing forward. Here they come. Looks like some Swiss infantry or something here. The French fighting in red. How very un-French of them. They're still pushing forward. We've got Cav as well, still alive. We've got Dragoons here. And over on this side, we're starting to see, a cavalry charge went on here. Another failed cavalry charge. Cracks, so starting to show for the HRE. Some morale starting to get a little bit low. It's never a good sign, but the French have got a few of their own. Should send some more cavalry into this forest, really. We've got like more Ullans that should really flank around, go for a push. There's still some cavalry alive in the back lines. Could be a general unit. I can't remember if it is, but it could be a general unit, I guess. There you go. The French break first is a real problem. Like, I mean, you can see the bodies that there are down there. There are a lot of dead bodies to our French unit. I mean, I'm sure the HRE have more. Well, not as much, just as many dead bodies, but they have more men in the unit. They can afford to take losses. They can afford this grindy way of combat. Yeah, in these revolutionary and certainly early period battles recently, the HRE have excelled really, really well. They seem to be doing the same today. I mean, certainly on that far side, as we've seen in like the very far north, doing really well. We'll have to see how they do in these other two big battles that are starting to take place here, as you can see. And the French starting to appear here as well to challenge HRE. But yeah, the French really pushing for this hill. Here we go, we've got cavalry going in to this infantry fight down here. The French throwing all they have to try and break through. I'm surprised we haven't seen anything like a grenadier or anything like that, but there you go, the French going into combat, breaking those German line infantry. I think maybe they're after this gun. I'm not sure, but here we go. Bayonet charge going in. In go the French. They'll probably defeat them again. Morale not looking great. And this is a real problem for the HRE. The French are massing. Here, I think it's a canister going off. Firing a point-blank range. Game though looks so cinematic sometimes. It really does look great. Like, each shot could be like a work of art. There you go. Look at this German infantry breaking here. This is not a good sign. And the French are through. They actually have a clear shot at the general here by Michael von Melas. But he's not going to give them the opportunity to engage, and rightly so. Still dueling here. At this point of the battle, I think I was my most nervous because there's so much French infantry. I was trying to flank around, trying to do a lot of damage to the French. Maybe if I could get a flank with infantry, I was like firing them from two sides would be perfect. It's what I need to do. I didn't see a single opportunity, but yeah, did see the opportunity to take out this little French unit here with my lancers. Again, back in that forest of death. That's what it's been called now. And they should be routed, I think. They can't form square. Usually a cavalry unit kills off anything when it can't form a square. And if I can defeat this unit here in the forest, we can then flank around with the cavalry and we can thread this entire line. More infantry being routed here. My infantry started to do some great work. I mean, this one's down to 56 men. I mean, it wasn't a large unit to start with, but still. brutal fight. And the French, and the, I feel like the French have sort of taken the hill. They've certainly taken the first HRE positions. The HRE just retreating further up this hill. And it still feels like that cavalry's got to do, yeah, it's still retreating basically. Cavalry charging in here. We got French cav here. Charging, breaking through my lines. And I was about to send this infantry to go and support, but I could not in time. Because it's actually going to have to deal with its own problems. But my general is down to threat here. Joseph here, under threat. You can see, I now have French dragoons coming in. These are Dragoon Royal Allemand here going in. And they actually, I think, kill the general. He actually commits his own general here, just the French player, to try and kill my general. The general v general trade would have been the Royal Allemand, a French cavalry unit, serving the HRE, kills the French general. And like that, the center of the French breaks. And I was like, all right, full steam ahead. We need to get aggressive. And you see morale is starting to shake on this side. It is not looking too great there for the French player. And there's still a few French units over there fighting. I mean, the HRE is sort of sporadic, but the HRE army over here now can throw in the French in the rear, which is a real issue for the French because they don't have any rear guard. Nothing really to stop them. Yes, we've got the French all retreating over here, all being routed now, which is good to see. The French took these positions, they then retreated from them. But now since marching back up, I guess maybe they just kind of like don't know where to go. Maybe they're just like, do I turn and face the HRE army that's arriving? Or do I face the one that's already in front of me? It is a great decision, to be fair. We have Wettenberg Dragoons here, flanking on around. Big, fresh unit here. We've got the Bourbon Legion as well, cool unit. More Frenchmen serving the Emperor of the Germans. There you go, German infantry here, dueling away. They're doing a great job so far. I mean, the bodies here is pretty intense. A lot of dead cav and infantry. They're doing a good job. I mean, you can see my infantry line as well here. Also, really battered. Some really battered up infantry units. But here we go, cavalry going into the back lines. Instead of my Uhlans trying to go and get us maybe some sneaky kills. They're very tired, unfortunately, and this charge is just not that effective. And there you go, they get routed, unfortunately. But we have plenty more cav. We have more Uhlans ready to go. We have our dragoons. I was kind of like, I can throw away cav if I need to. Try and slow down this French retreat. Artillery going off here. I don't know whose artillery that is, but it's certainly not mine because it's been destroyed at this point. Yeah, French morale looking really rough. It's Carnville Legion here as well, doing a great job. In their great coats. Firing away. And they're like a light infantry unit, so they are really good at like reloading and accuracy. So and they can form square as well. It's perfect. Unit here forming square. I think that's just trying to stop the dragoons here. Did a good job, stop them. As you can see, the French really don't know what to do. And I think these two French armies are actually joining up, and they're going to make a stand on top of this hill. You can see the HRE are returning. They got healthy units here, 244 men in a unit here. And 193 in another one there. It's got some solid units here. Some Frankish infantry as well. We've got a Freikorps there, the Ditch Freikorps. Italian line infantry as well. Got all sorts of infantry here. Yeah, they're all getting ready. I mean, these are big units. 180, 244, 193. There's French line in the forest here as well, trying to catch the HRE off guard, failing to do so. They might be outgunned, but they're not outclassed. Put it like that. Not just yet, anyway. And here we go, the French and the full retreat on my side. And now we have the Uhlans here just preparing to just snap up any of these French infantry units that dare come into its path. I don't know why you're cheering, you're walking. You're not even, like, charging anything. Or is it the French infantry here? I think it might be the French infantry here. Charging forward in a brave bayonet charge. I salute these men. They are brave, brave men. But it's all going to be for nothing. Look at it. They're dropping quickly. The morale not looking great either. Yeah, that unit breaking almost instantly. Another one breaking there very quickly. Only this one remains. And getting hit by two sides cannot be helping. And there you go. They are broken. The French army is defeated here. And I was very proud with my army. Like my HRE army came out very healthy. I don't think I lost maybe 1, 2 units of infantry. Cav, I lost a couple. But I felt like we did a good job. Now it's a science artillery. Just been causing me pain all afternoon. Yeah, these Uhlans are going to do the dirty work, kill them off. Yeah, it's really just down to now the center French army, which, like I said, surrounded by HRE troops. Can't be in a great position right now. Got Laguerre here as well, helping to support the French line infantry. But it's just the sheer number of guns. I mean, these guys still at 240. Keep up the good fight, boys. Keep up the good fight. Yeah, now here you go. You can see this HRE army that came from all the way over here fighting here is now returning. It's now going to be able to press on and attack the rear lines of the French. And the French look like they're setting up a few units here to sort of try and stop them. They've got some artillery as well. Looks like they're going to put some holes into the HRE lines, but it's all a little too late. So an infantry unit over here as well has rallied. They're going for general. Yeah, he's going to try and go for Paul. Just getting chased down he is by infantry. The French in a really dire position now, surrounded by troops, and now you can see there's going to be even more troops coming over from the HRE because there's no more French over here for them to defeat. So there's columns of infantry now marching in one direction, and that is towards the French, towards the sound of the guns. I think there's like maybe one French infantry unit that's rallied, 1 or 2. Yeah, there's like a guy back here is like, yep, don't mind us, we're still here. I mean, I guess if they still capture the building, which would be hilarious, they would they get something done, but the Grenadiers still guarding in there. Yet to take a casualty. But look at this, French line starting to implode now. Looks like they went for a bit of a bayonet charge, failed. Here we go, cavalry charge. Seen plenty of these today. In it goes. Looks like the Royal Allemand here as well. Another unit of Royal Allemand going in. Dealing with the guns. Going into the infantry as well. And now it's in the back lines. It can cause all sorts of problems. There's a general here as well. Going in for another gun. Now the Royal Allemand, they are going to be a little bit knackered though now. I mean, what are they? They're winded. They're not too bad. Morale's a bit low though. And there you go. They break. But they did break 2 guns and infantry unit on their own, so they did a pretty good job. And causing just a whole general amount of panic in here. And as well, the general rushing about. Oh! General, I think, has been broken by another cavalry unit over here. What unit is this? Dragoon unit. To rout the general. And this is not a good sign. More infantry being routed here as well. Dragoons causing all sorts of problems. And yeah, this is not looking good. The French just really disorganized. There's just routing troops running through. The troops are still standing, causing morale issues there. Now you have bayonet charges coming in from the German infantry of the HRE. This is not good. And there you go, more French infantry on the break. And it does seem like the HRE are going to change history. They are going to win here today. There's more Dragoons here that just stumbled across a whole bunch of French infantry. I don't know if they're routing or what. I think they are. But yeah, the Dragoons just ran across a mother load of infantry there. There's still, what, 1 or 2 infantry units here. Holding the line. But they are getting bayonet charged. German infantry not having any of it. They're like, you know what, we won't stand for this. Going for bayonet charge. Get them over and done with. And here we go. This is basically going to be the end of the fight, it seems. And it just seems as though the Battle of Ettlingen is going to be a victory for the HRE here today. A few French infantry units arriving, trying to come and join a already failing position. French have repositioned in this forest line. Still more French here. It seems like they're just coming out of the woodwork. You defeat them in one spot and then they just reappear somewhere else. Got like sailors' trousers on. Looks kind of funny. Now getting charged by Dragoons though. This is not a good sign. And they break that unit. Are we going to get another one? Quite possibly. It's already routed. Jeez. That is unfortunate. And there you go. The Dragoons helping to rout all the infantry in there. And that is basically the Battle of Ettlingen here today. In 1796, a glorious victory for the HRE, it does seem. Seems like there's going to be a little charge here by the Dragoons, Royal Allemande here. They're going to go in and try and deal with this infantry here. Are they going to get a volley off in time? Doesn't seem so. Broke one. Can they go into the next? Yeah, easily. Broke all of them. Very, very well done there by the HRE. And yeah, I think that's basically the battle. I think there's just one like little unit over here that's just got to get routed by the Dragoons. And then that is it. That is the battle. Oh, he actually just routed just like that. Didn't even need to be charged by the Dragoons. And that should be the battle. And there you go. A victory for myself and my allies who are playing as the HRE. A glorious battle for all that took part. We all did really well. All getting over 1,000 kills for the HRE. Pretty solid as well. Really, really well done. Yeah, I got the second most kills actually, and I felt like I just did not really take part in that battle at all. I mean, I only took 600 losses, not too bad. But yeah, well done to myself, to Richard Lionheart, to G, to Corrupted. All did a really good job. The team was just a great, well gelled, and just did really well. I mean, Corrupted really helped out G, who was in a real sticky position at the early game. Did a really good job of support. Richard on my left did a really good job holding on this hill, and G did just a good job holding on. But yeah, well done to Johnny, Sniper, to Rakutworth, and to Don as well, who all did really good jobs. I mean, they're just unfortunate that they have to attack such a solid position. Johnny, of course, getting the most kills for the French. He still gets some small victory out of that. But yeah, Carnville Legion here, getting the most kills for me, 125 kills. Some of my infantry getting 112. But yeah, that is, my Grand is getting 76, not too bad. Royal Allemande Cavalry serving with the Emperor, French against French. They're getting 76 kills. Yeah, not too bad there at all. But there you go, guys. That is the Battle of Ettlingen. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you want to see more NTW3, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. And I'll see you in the next one.